Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 4 of What If Naruto Took the Path of Pain. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto was the greatest experimenter, and enjoy that guys over on Anime King 3. And on Anime King 2, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto was recreated by the Shinigami. If you're new, yes, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King, Anime King 2, and Anime King 3, which I post What If on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly, every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all for helping and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be planning talking back to all of you. And also guys, remember to go ahead and turn on that bell notification so you can see exactly when I post. So without further ado, what do you say we leap on into this new episode starts? The intro. So the last time we left off, as Haku and Zabuza watch as Naruto dive into the current of the water, which was rather vicious. However, momentarily after, the crazy inferno of the whirlpool came to a stop, as Naruto emerged with a seal now on him, as he was able to calm the water. As he had passed the rite of passage that every Uzumaki need to take to undergo to awaken this seal, and know it was on him. So with that, the group decided to make their move. Itachi and Kisame came towards the locations they met up with Madara. Madara was shocked when he heard that Naruto possessed the Rinnegan. However, the man seemed gleeful and happy, and he also was told about the situation, so it wasn't their fault that the Kyuubi Jinchuriki got away from them. However, the man also wanted the kid to join their cause. Now that was confusing, as he spoke as he left. Kisame was still confused if this was really Madara. Where was all that godly power that he used against the first Hokage? Why wasn't he collecting all the Bijus by himself? Something was definitely wrong here, but at the moment they did not know, and questioning the man did not seem to be the wisest thing to do. After all, Kisame remembered what he did to Itachi with a simple glance, overpowering his Sharingan. But if the man was that truly strong, why was he having them do his dirty work? As Kisame was just curious about what was going on here. But for now, they would not find out, it seems. They would have to wait. As Sasuke was asked by Ayam what happened to Naruto, as Sasuke explained the situation, as Ayam was saddened by that if Naruto was taken or if he left, that she wouldn't see him again. And just like that, 3 years passed by. Tsunade called a group to her office. The group was still angry. The more time went on, they were angry at Sakura, as she was the main reason behind Naruto leaving. She was a stupid, idiotic girl, but however, her reasons and her thoughts led to Naruto being distrusted by the council, and that weighed a lot on him. Sasuke was pissed off by that as well, as he had regained the trust and he was able to move around as a Konoha ninja once again. But he was still insanely pissed off at her by that. Anko was feeling the same way because she think of Naruto in her situation, as the both of them were just alike, but he had the courage to do something that she was not able to do. He had the courage left. Madara had spoken to the Akatsuki 3 years ago and he gave them all their objectives. Konan had went into the hidden arena and assassinated Hanzo. As Tsunade was sending a strike team to eliminate Konan, there were several squadrons of Jonins already there, and the envoy was waiting as Kakashi would be leading his mission. The girl must be eliminated as the hidden arena had taken over as most likely small bandits group, as they were all over the border, stopping trade routes and taking apart caravans as they need to be stopped. Tsunade also told him about the mysterious Pein, the one that has been wreaking havoc in the west, as they should not engage with him either, as he was becoming a problem. But first, they need to take care of Konan. As Shizune took the book that talked about the sage, it turns out that it was indeed really about the sage passed on in history, Shizune was a spy, and that was the most shocking thing as Nana did not know. As she was working for Madara as she was a spy here, she brought the book to Zetsu. As Zetsu had Kabuto working underneath him. As Zetsu had Kabuto move towards the location, so Pein was going to make interactions with the Konoha ninjas, as it was all a part of their plan. As Pein was searching out Orochimaru to try and kill him, so he was going to make some interactions with them. And it was going to be messy, so he told her to get out of there as soon as possible. Meanwhile with Naruto, he has grown considerably a lot over the past couple of years. Zabuza was relatively the same, however Haku was showing more in the womanly era, such curves, and she had grown considerably. As Naruto gained power, and a lot stronger as he was moving on. As he was making his name known through the Elemental Nation, as he had a goal, a dangerous tough goal however with these eyes of his. With his drive, his determination, he was going to conquer all of them. As he made his way. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the place, check for yourself, and what do you say we just leap on into this new episode guys. We begin this at the Hidden Sound. There were two guards there as they were standing their posts, when they saw several people coming out of the woodwork, as they walked calmly towards the gates, not even giving a damn. Halt! State your business here in the sound. We were not told of any visitors. The second Chunin there took one look at Zabuza and nearly pissed his pants. You showed her. That's Zabuza. Zabuza of the Mist. And the Sanguine Hunter. Then that makes him. As the man's eyes turned towards Naruto. Pein. Kami, no. Why me? Zabuza moved as he cleaved one of them in half. The other man tried to run, but Naruto raised his hand as the man was yanked towards him. Turning around, Naruto gripped his throat and lifted him off the ground. Tell me, where's Kabuto? I don't know. He came here earlier and told us to await further orders from Gurren Sama, the man said. As those eyes looked down upon him, like he was a mere worm. Something that if he did not talk, his head would just go boom. As Naruto nodded at that. Accept the greatest offer. Zabuza gripped the man's head and held him up. Of dying by my hands. As Naruto plunged a kunai directly into his heart. As Zabuza tossed the body to the side. Let's go meet this Gurren and find out where Kabuto is. As they start to walk through the broken streets of the Hidden Sound, many of the civilians start to panic and run away. Finally, they reach what appeared to be the largest building. And they were surrounded. As the group continued to walk unfazed by the arrival, finally a woman jumped down in front of Naruto, and two figures by her side. The two figures are ones he recognized as Kimimaru and Teiwaya. As Naruto raised the eyebrow wondering why they were still alive, the main woman had a smirk on her face. Well, she said. What brings the invincible Pein and his followers to our humble village? I'm here for Kabuto, hand him over. And maybe I won't slaughter everyone here. She started to laugh. What makes you think you stand a chance against my entire village? Zabuza butted in. I thought this was Orochimaru's village. Are you his wife, or perhaps his daughter? I am not. I'm Orochimaru's second, and I was raised by him. I am Gurren. As Kimimaru then spoke up next. Orochimaru saw him as offer protection and care. For many of the people here in this village, your ill will against us is falsely accused. It's strange. I thought you died all those years ago. And surprisingly your illness has not killed you either. And you, Miss Hothead, it seems you're still alive. How the hell do you know about that shithead? Said Teiwaya. As Naruto merely smiled. Who the hell do you are? Just walking in here like you think. You think you own this place? Yes. How do you know about that? Said Kimimaru. Confused how this person knew about those events. Well, it seems Orochimaru failed to retrieve Sasuke, and now he's wallowing in some hole. Unable to perform a single jutsu. When I find him, I shall rip his head off his body. Over my dead body, said Gurren as she flashed you hand sign. Crystal release. Jade Crystal Blade. A long crystal blade formed over her arm as she rushed towards Naruto with impressive speed. She tried to stab him, but Naruto simply tilted his body as he grabbed her wrist. As he turned her hand around and started to squeeze. This is between me and Orochimaru, not you worthless pawns. As Naruto started to release bloodlust, the members started to back up in fear. Gurren started to wince as his pressure on her wrist started to hurt badly. She brought her leg up, but he grabbed it and simply threw her to the ground. Tell me, Gurren, can you feel it? The fear closed in around you. You stand no chance against me. I fear nothing, she said, as Naruto's smile merely increased. Such brave words. Almighty push. Gurren and the guards in front of her were blown back. She was able to stab her crystal blade in the ground because Naruto lessened the impact just to show her that she was nothing. But what the hell was that, she said. She flashed two hands as she released a crystal dragon. Wind style, said Naruto. Dragon sword, spiraling spear. A blue dragon formed around him as the thing span before it shot into her crystal. It tore right through it like it was nothing but paper. Gurren roared in frustration as she moved in. Naruto pulled his blade. As he walked calmly, Gurren hacked and slashed. However, he simply used one hand to deflect her and knock away her attacks. She jumped, she flipped, she did everything to try to throw him off balance. However, he merely walked, as she couldn't stop him from moving forward. Why the hell can't I hit you? She screamed in anger as she started to attack even faster than before. Finally, Naruto grabbed her wrists, before he brought his hand down and chopped it right in her other hand, forcing her hand to drop to her side. He then applied pressure as she dropped towards her knees. As she knelt in front of him, he raised his blade. Slash! Their eyes went wide as Naruto sliced right through her throat. Blood spurted out as she collapsed over dead. If she was the best that you have here, then the rest of you are doomed. As Naruto looked down towards Gurren, he looked down towards Gurren before looking back towards the others. She may be useful. The best way of an example to make these fools bow before you is to use their leader. He looked towards the cowering people as they fear his power. He raised his hand as Gurren body started to levitate off the ground. Zabuza and Haku watched, interested, as they were always curious about their own resurrection. The Sound Jonins all back away in fear, not willing to go up against Naruto knowing that they would die. However, their eyes widened when they saw Gurren. Eyes flutter open. Gurren was confused as she looked at Naruto. She was baffled. Now you understand what I can do, he said. You... She clutched her throat. She looked over toward Kimimaru and... Say where? As they looked at her in disbelief. You killed me. How am I alive? I am a god, he said. I don't believe in that superstitious shit. You're no god, she said. If I'm not a god, then why are you on your knees in front of me? A super large crowd of not only the shinobis, however the citizens, all gathered around as they stared. Gurren felt hopeless. He killed her within mere seconds. She was hacking and slashing, but yet he was just too much. And now she was... How did you bring me back to life, she said, her voice sounding less threatening than before, as she looked up at him, as she was forced to look up at him, in those eyes that seemed to be all-knowing, all-seeing. As he looked down at her right in her eyes, it made her feel so insignificant. It made her feel so pathetic. All your life, you wasted time serving a man that gives you nothing but lies and death. Make yourself useful to me, and I shall offer you far more than he ever could. Gurren looked unconvinced. You presume too much, Pein. Orochimaru's my... However, he touched her on the forehead. Just a mere touch, and Gurren felt a surge flood through her body. A surge that she's never felt before. It felt wonderful as she couldn't help but smile as she looked up towards him. His entire being radiated power. As Gurren could understand, it was like she was looking up at a god. As she felt his all-knowing, all-seeing chakra just watching over her. As he stroked her face, much to Haku's displeasure. As Zabuza noticed that, as he had a small smirk as well. That's a mere taste of what I can offer you. Many of the viewers were shocked that he was touching her face and she was allowing it. Teiwaya and Kimimaru watched as her face became flustered. As Teiwaya looked towards Kimimaru, what the hell is happening? Whatever it is, Gurren-sama seemed to be enjoying it. Teiwaya glared towards Gurren as she sighed. A part of her was a bit jealous that the sexy enemy was seducing their commander, as a blue glow surrounded Naruto that surrounded Gurren as well. As he offered her his hand, She took his hand gently, as she yelled for all to hear. "I am yours to command, Lord Pein," she said. "Everyone," she turned towards them. "Bow!" The civilians and shinobis instantly went to their knees, as Guren was the one in charge here. However, Tioe and Kimimaru did not drop to their knees. The man spoke up. "Guren, are you insane? He's the enemy. Orochimaru-sama will have your head for this." "Yeah, bitch, just because you got a crush on this asshole, it doesn't mean that he's in charge." Naruto turned to Tioe. "Tioe, was it?" he said. "You certainly did have quite the mouth on you back then, I see. Nothing has really changed." As that angered her, she moved in. It seems like she did not learn the lesson that Guren just learned. However, his eyes merely pulsed as she found herself on her knees, unable to even move. "Who are you?" she said, as she felt the sensation overpowering her, forcing her hands to drop at this mysterious man that was just so powerful. As Kimimaru wondered the same thing, as Naruto reached up and pulled his mask down, Tioe saw the whisker marks. Her mind instantly flashed back towards a boy in the orange jumpsuit. "No, it can't be. He covered her mouth with a single finger. She resisted, but she could not open her mouth now. As Naruto looked at Kimimaru and Guren, "You three come with me. We shall discuss this in private." "Show is over," said Guren. "Return back to your stations now." The ninjas and the civilians started to disperse. After all, they had to follow Guren's orders. As Naruto walked by, as they made their way towards a meeting room, the secretaries, the Jonins, all of them, bowed their head. His immense presence leaking from him, giving him a sense of authority, as they entered the main room that was once Orochimaru's main office. As Naruto walked up and sat in the main chair, as Haku pulled a chair next to him, as Zabuza stood at the other side, the three sound ninjas sat in front of him. As Tioe spoke, "I remember you, Pein, or should I say, Naruto Uzumaki, yeah, that's it." Kimimaru's eyes shot open. "You mean to tell me this is the same blonde kid that defeated Sasuke at the Valley of the End?" "Yeah. We were able to deal with your friends and they decided to flee. Me and Kimimaru were the last ones. When we came upon your battle, it was coming to an end, and the remaining backup was coming, and we would have surely been killed if we had stayed behind." "Yes, I remember. Unlike the trash that followed you on that mission, you were the one that did everything." "Don't flatter me," said Naruto. "That was a terrible day for me. It was there I realized how much I hated this world. This makes no sense. You seem indebted and loving Konoha back then. Why the hell did someone like you leave and become Pein?" Tioe said in shock, still not quite understand that he was the guy. However, she didn't feel like she wanted to attack him. She didn't know what it was, but maybe it was his overwhelming power, but she just couldn't find herself to just go and attack him, as he seemed far too out of her league. As Guren saw that he didn't want to talk about it, she didn't know why, but she felt a connection between him strongly. "You don't have to answer that, Pein," she said. "It's probably something he's not proud of, Tioe," as she gave the girl a glare. The redhead simply shot her a glare back. "I want to know, damn it," she said. "You were so intent on bringing Sasuke back. You were even willing to risk your life. And then you go and left the village. And now this. My reasons for leaving don't matter. My goals are the only things that matter right now. You three shall pledge yourself to my cause and help me kill Kabuto and Orochimaru." As Zabuza had to smirk, "God, I love that kid," he thought to himself. "Just walks in and take over a village with little to no effort, and demands that their leaders serve him." Haku spoke up skeptically. "How can you trust them, Naruto-kun? They are Orochimaru's most faithless and loyal subordinates." Naruto got to his feet as Guren instantly got to her knees. "I will be honored to serve you, Naruto," she said, "in any way that you can ever want." As she looked up, the validation in her eyes, Haku didn't like them one bit, the way she was looking at Naruto. It was not in a way to harm him, but the way she was looking, Haku did not like it. However, "I cannot betray Lord Orochimaru," said Kimimaru. "He was my savior. In the darkest time of my life, he took me." "Kimimaru, stop being such a bastard. Orochimaru sacrificed people for his own ends. He can't promise anyone anything anymore. But Naruto can. He's something different," she said. "And he can as Teiwaya felt his power and she knew. After all, Orochimaru said to himself, the strong will always rule and the weak will always die. And here was someone stronger than anyone that she has ever felt before. So are you two joining or not? If you don't, you will get slayed and we will be on our way, Haku said, as she didn't seem to like the girls at all. Yeah, said Zabuza, we really need to catch Four Eyes and chop off his legs. As Naruto saw they were still hesitant in Kimimaru's eyes, so the building started to shake. Raw rage and power started to be produced from him. Kimimaru was starstruck as he dropped to his knees, the power overwhelming his senses, overwhelming everything around him. His entire being seemed to shudder as he remembered himself as a small child. As a hand then placed on his shoulder as he saw those eyes, this god standing before him, he bowed his head. I will serve you, Naruto-sama, he said. The respect in his tone was not deniable. As Teiwaya looked around, as all of that force was focused on Kimimaru, knocking his brain into the right senses, while everyone else was joining. And not to mention she's heard some badass stuff from him, and maybe things would get a bit interesting. I'm your girl, Naruto-kun, she said. Of course you'll be tagging along. She got a small glare from Gorin, saying your girl. Haku was pissed off in her mind. Shit. Now there's more competition, she thought. If any of these bitches touch him, I'll murder them, she thought to herself. Zabuza started to laugh to himself. Oh shit, I'm going to write a bestseller to outsell Ichichi Paradise if this sexual tension keep flying around, he thought to himself. Very well, said Naruto. The sound belongs to me now. This will be one of our bases of operation. Gorin walked over. I know where Kabuto is, she said. He was here several hours before you came. He told me he was going to the Hidden Rain to meet up with Orochimaru. As Naruto smiles, he pulled his mask back up. You three are coming with us. Orochimaru shall see his last day very soon. Kimimaru spoke up in a worried voice. I'm not sure if you heard this or not, but recently the Hidden Rain had all of its leaders wiped out. They say that Hanzo was single-handedly defeated by a woman known as Konan. Hanzo the Salamander. Someone killed him one-on-one, Haku said. Teiwaya answered. Kabuto was talking to us about it this morning. He said that she battled him a few miles away from the village. Turned everything into a 5-mile wide crater. She took his breathing mask as a trophy. It was the only thing left, from what I heard, as Gorin got in to finish. The people of the Hidden Rain call her the Angel of Death. I've only seen her one time in my travels with Orochimaru. She wasn't what you would be expecting. She's barely in her 20s. If she gets in my way, she will die as well, said Naruto. As they all nodded at their leader, unwavering resolve. By the way, don't call me by my name in public. I want to keep my identity a secret from Konoha. Upon exiting the building, there was a large gathering of shinobi standing out there. As a random one spoke up. This man has Gorin-sama under some kind of mind control jutsu. We cannot allow them to leave. Hey, shitheads. I don't know if you caught the memo, but Pein is now in charge of the Hidden Stone. As the man's eyes went wide, Pein? The god? I'm assuming control of this entire village now. Your leaders have already pledged their loyalty to me. Join my cause and be a part of the revolution, or stay with Orochimaru and your lives will be forfeited. Choose now. The presence washed out of him as people started instantly fall to their knees. This man was a lot stronger than Orochimaru. His power was something to be feared. And also respected as well. Even the Jonin dropped to his knees. And they sense away. Oh shit. Orochimaru is gonna be pissed about this. As the person started to move at high speeds. As the person came to a stop. You seem worried, Kabuto. Has the plan been compromised? Kabuto turned. Zetsu, what is it that you want? I need to know if everything is going according to plan. Toby won't like it if you fail him again. There has been a strange occurrence in the sound. It seems Pein does not intend to destroy the village as we predicted. I saw all of Orochimaru's followers bowing to him. That's a very unsettling turn of events. I will inform Toby about this, however. There's still a chance to salvage his plan. Konan can offer me some protection, I hope, said Kabuto. I just saw him walk in and take over in less than an hour. There's no way I'm fighting him. Do your job and you will survive. If you fail, I would be sent to eat you. As Zetsu went back down to the ground. As Kabuto started to flee instantly. Toby plan may work, but I seriously think he underestimated what Pein is truly capable of. Uchiha pride, I suppose. Time skip, close to the border. The group was making their way at moderate speeds. Among this group consists the former Konan from Konoha, Kakashi, Yamato, Anko, Shizune, Neji. They had made decent way in the village without detection. As Neji alerted them someone was coming, the group was intercepted by a group from the hidden sand. As the group paused until a sand ninja stepped forward. I heard that Konoha was sending a group to assassinate Konan, he said. The Kazekage would like to send his regards by offering aid. Several looks of relief shot through the Konoha shinobis. As the two sides eased up, the brown hair man spoke up. Who was in charge? We would like to join your forces for the assault. Kakashi stepped forward. We won't turn on the help. Most of my men assume that we're going on a suicide mission. By the way, do you have any more intel on this Konan? We were hoping to ask you the same thing. The only thing our Kazekage has learned is that she planned on cutting off Earth, Wind and Fire Country from each other to mount separate offenses. Kakashi raised the eyebrow at that. She must be pretty arrogant to believe that she can take down the 5 great nations. Her spies said that she was conquering pieces of Earth Country. If that is the case, I assume that she means to take the Hidden Stone out first. Hey, you're Conqueror, right? Said Sakura. Oh yeah, that's me. But I'll sign your autograph later, Bubblegum Baby said. As Yamato cut in, should we set up camp for the night, Kakashi? To pool our information together, and to formulate a good plan. As the silver-haired Jonin nodded, as he pulled out the map. Okay, snap the Envoy's plan to go in the first wave, and clear a path through the city for us. They will set up a perimeter, near the entry point, to move to the south here, he said, pointing towards the map. If we move fast and stay together, we can take out this Konan. No heroics from anyone. If she took out Anzo, she can kill any one of us by herself. Shit, said Kiba. I should have just stayed on the track and swat with my sister. As that made several people laugh. Yes, you're correct in assuming that we can get there fast, Kakashi. But what about her bodyguards? I'm assuming that she has some. That will be the issue, but that is why we need to stay together. I'm not sure what this Konan is capable of. I know for a fact that it will take several of us to fight her, while the rest hold off her guards. As Ino put in her input, maybe I can use my mind transfer technique, or Shikamaru can subdue her with his shadow techniques. Good luck with that, said Kankuro. I doubt you'll get close enough to do that technique. I suppose not, but we need to think this through, she said. As Shikamaru spoke up, my shadow imitation technique is the best chance that we have of subduing her, so the others can eliminate her. I agree, said Kakashi. But you won't be able to get it off unless we have 2 or 3 people draw her attention away from you. As Shino asks, what do we do if this plan fails? As Sakura cut in, it's not gonna fail. As Shino looked at them, it's just, my father died to bring this information back to Konoha. As the group looked at him with shock, you're going to have one chance to make this move because I'm sure, if she doesn't die in this outcome, she's gonna pick up things and target us next. Let me be the one to draw her attention, Shino said. No, said Kakashi. If anyone has to do it, I'll be the guinea pig. If I die, the group fall to Yamato. The morale of the group started to fall at Kakashi dying. The thought of that was really, well, too much. You guys won't be alone. We'll be there as well, said Kankuro. Shit. You guys need to lighten the hell up, said Anko. Ever heard of a self-fulfilling prophecy? If you keep on telling yourself that you're gonna die, guess what? You will. She's right, said Kakashi. Just hope for the best and we will see this mission through. Morale started to climb as several of the ninjas started to talk to one another. As Anko leaned back, no, she was really regretting not going with Naruto. Because she was here on this suicide mission, as they all knew that. Everyone was thinking about dying and she was thinking the same thing even though she was trying to get their morale back. If she had went with Naruto, what would she be doing right now, she thought, if she had the courage to leave the village? As Kankuro sat down beside her. So, what's your name, miss? She turned towards him. Oh, I am Miss. Go screw off and die, she said. Come on, I'm just trying to lighten up your mood. You seem a bit distant compared to the others. She sighed. Sorry about that, she said. I guess I'm just not in the right state of mind right now. You thinking about someone? Kankuro asks. So, is this person thinking about you as well? I don't really know, she said, looking away. Oh, I see now. So, you're worried that you won't get a chance to tell this person how you feel. He had no idea who she was talking about, so she wouldn't mind talking to someone about this. It was strange. As the more she put her life and his together, the more she started to think about that blonde brat just leaving. As she wondered if he was even alive anymore. No, she doubted that he was dead. He had this drive, this will to go on no matter what. Something that she lacked. And perhaps that is the reason why she was now thinking about him. Yeah. How do you know, she said. Well, you can call me Concro, the love guru. I can tell when the babes are distracted. Yeah, she said in a sarcastic tone. I bet it worked well for you. Hey now, no sarcasm, miss, go screw off and die. She laughed at this foolish remark as she sat down. Well, in all seriousness, if you really love this guy, I mean, what's the point of waiting? Nothing's gonna happen if you just sit down and wait. You know, you're right. Well, my work is done, and by the way, if things don't work out with your Mr. Guy, I'm single and looking for love. In your dreams, hotshot. Thanks for the talk though. So, as Uncle was stopped by none other than Hinata. Who is this mystery guy of yours? Like hell, I'm gonna tell you. Uncle thought to herself, after all. She was one of his stalkers. Look, I'd rather not tell anyone about it yet. Come on, is he in our group? Hinata asked. Hinata was a lot different from before. 3 years can really change a person. Look, I missed my chance. I know he's gone. Wait, what do you mean he's gone? He's not in Konoha? No, he's not. Wait. You can't be talking about... As Hinata saw it, a little twinge on her face. You can't be talking about him, can you? As Uncle gave her a look. You are. What the hell do you think you're doing? Apparently, something I never had the courage to do, Uncle said. You better stay away from him. Huh. And who the hell are you to tell me that? Hinata Byakugan activated. And what are you gonna do with those eyes of yours? Uncle said pulling a kunai. You think I'm just gonna stand here and allow you to do this? You home-wrecking slut. As Uncle merely laughed. All is fear in love and war, you bitch, she said. As Neji jumped between them. What the hell is going on here, she said. You two need to calm down. Uncle huffed as she walked her tent and zipped it up. Neji turned to Hinata. Hinata, what were you two arguing about? Hinata gave him one of the coldest glares. It was icy. Nothing. Don't talk to me, she said. Sasuke watched as she walked off. Since recently, nothing get her that emotional except for Naruto. Uncle must have said something about Naruto. That's the only way that she would make an outburst like this. As Sakura made her way over and sat down beside the girl. Hinata, if there's anything you want to talk about, I'll listen, she said. Sasuke nearly choked on his dinner that he was eating. If the two of them end up alone, Hinata would eviscerate her. However, why should he care? Yeah. Why don't we talk? Hinata said. Yeah, sure, said Sakura. Sasuke started to laugh as Shikamaru glanced towards him. What's so funny? Oh, nothing, he said. You know, I noticed that. As Sasuke glanced over towards Kiba. Notice what? Sasuke asked. Meanwhile, the two girls made their way away from the camp. A distance so no one could really hear what they were doing out here. So Hinata, what do you want to talk about? Sakura, did you ever have any feelings for Naruto? Was there any reason why you constantly reject him and cruelly use him to your own ends? What's that got to do with anything? Sakura asked. Answer me, Hinata said. Well, at first it was just... I didn't, but... Ever since Ned Sama brought up the issue, well, I missed him. He was a friend to me, and a comrade, and I'm so angry at myself for what I did back then. Are you still mad at me for getting him in trouble? As she reached out to touch her shoulder until smack! She whacked her right across her face. Sakura staggered back as she fell, hitting her foot on one of the branches. He was too good for you. I never understand what the hell he saw inside of you. The only thing I ever thought of you as was a worthless Sasuke fangirl. Sakura looked horrified as she held her bruised face. Look, I didn't mean for it to happen this way, she said, as she was too guilty to even fight back. I care about Naruto, but I guess I was... Guess you were what? That you could have felt something for him? He could have made you happy. I would have hated that. However, once he was happy, I would have been glad, even if it was with someone else. But you broke his heart. And if you haven't noticed yet, Sasuke kind of hates you. He considers Naruto a friend more than you. And he doesn't think anything of you. So I doubt the two of you will ever get together because I see the way he looks at you, with raw hate in his eyes. Tears start to gather in Sakura's eyes as she looked down. You miss your one and only chance with Naruto. And no, crying is not going to return or solve anything. But if he does return and you ever lay one of those hands of yours on him again, I'll kill you, she said. Hinata, I'm sorry, Sakura said. I'm afraid that your sorry cannot help me right now. I can't forgive you. Unless Naruto come back and forgive you himself. It doesn't matter what you say to me. Because all I see when I look at you is anger. Because you're a part of the reason why he left. I understand. I will take all of your hate and all of your anger. Because I deserve it. But I'll try my best to find Naruto. And if he does come back, I don't know if you will forgive me, but I'll try my best. But for now, I'll take your hate and anger. As Hinata looked down towards her. Fine. Let's go back to the camp. Wait, what did you and Uncle were arguing about? It was nothing, said Hinata, a cold look in her eyes. As Sakura narrowed her gaze, there was only one thing that made Hinata so angry nowadays. She likes Naruto. As that was the only conclusion that she could come up with. I said, that was none of your concern. Now let's go back to the camp. Sakura came back with only a single bruise in her face. She went easy on her. I guess you win the bet. As Kiba cheered, as Sasuke handed him some money, Sakura didn't even bother to process the event as she just went to bed. Meanwhile, they were making their way. Kimimaru still seemed to have some semblance of care for his former master. I can understand your hatred for Orochimaru, but you must understand, he has done nothing but good things for me. It's shameful for me to betray him like this. I am offering you something better, not some place in some weak, secondary shinobi village, taking orders from a maniacal, power-hungry man, whose concerns are his own. I'm giving you a chance to fulfill your dreams in my service. I can make the nations tremble before me, and grant a boon to all of my loyal subjects. Tell me, would you turn that down? If you have a request, I will make time to hear it. As he thought about it, Orochimaru said the same thing. How am I to take your word over his? I am dying, you know. Being the last of my clan gives me a sense of obligation to restore their honor. As Naruto looked the man in the eyes, I am going places others only dare to dream. My name shall be remembered for what I am doing. My name shall be written in legacies. And my power shall be felt in the stars. Stand with me, Kimimaru, and be a part of that legacy. Let yourself become one of my champions and see yourself remembered for all time. The white-haired man was taken aback by the inspiring speech, as he looked into those Rinnegan eyes as he responded. I have once dreamed as a child to become a legend, a hero. But due to the background I was raised in, it was never really a possibility. You shall help me achieve my dream, and I will serve as one of your knights. As he bowed his head, Zabuza looked at the scene in awe. As the more time he went on, the more he really believed. There was no doubt that his leader can actually change this world, and nothing can stop him. As Gurren squeezed in. My dream is to help you with your own, she said, and serve you any way I can. As he once again caressed her cheek. As Gurren squealed in pleasure, just by his mere touch. Haku got in between them though. Don't forget the favor you promised me, Naruto-kun, she said. As Zabuza started to laugh to himself. As Kimimaru spoke to him, it seems Naruto-sama is rather popular with the ladies. Yep, you should see this guy play off this smooth criminal thing. It's so funny. I remember when we went to the Land of Snow, and he stepped into Daimyo's palace, demanding rooms for the exchange of their life. And we slept in separate rooms. And then I heard some noise coming from Naruto's room. So I went to check it out, and it was a daimyo's daughter and him. As Zabuza started to explain in detail, Kimimaru's eyes shot open. That's a bit too much information. As Zabuza simply laughed. Well, Haku was really pissed. She almost killed the woman. But it's more fun that way because, as he pulled out a book, what's this? Kimimaru read the cover. Chronicles of the Super Pimp. This is a book of the, well, infatuating moments on this the trip that I'm currently written down, so that I can post it when the time is ready. I'm telling you right here and now, this will be 100 times larger than the Ichi Ichi Paradise series, and you can bet your life on that. Meanwhile, in the city of the Rain, she was bored, judging from the look on her face as she sat on the almighty throne. Konan had been wreaking havoc over the other nations' areas. It has been 2 years since she took control of the Rain, as she thought about Madara's requests on what to do. But she found herself rather comfortable as dictator though. She hadn't even bothered with tackling like Madara wanted, and she not even looked for Pein. She jawed chaos though for Akatsuki, so that no one would put the spotlight on them while they move in the shadows. However, she heard about Pein and the trail of death that follow him. Be perceptive, girl. You will know what to do when time comes. Those words ran through her head. Screw you, Madara, she thought, as her mind wandered towards the idea of Pein. If I could get him on my side, I would be literally unstoppable. A man suddenly rushed in the room. Lady Konan, there's a large gathering of sand and Konoha shinobi at the fire borders. What are your orders, he said. She looked away, seeming to ignore him. He noticed it was a paper airplane, as it dropped right in front of his feet. Read it, she said. This is an ultimatum sent to Konan of the Rain by the other 5 great nations to surrender immediately and relinquish your power and submit to obedience of the 5 Kages, or you shall encourage our wrath. The man was shocked by that. What should I do? She threw a paper cone that sliced his cheek. Do your job, she said, and wipe the look off your face. Cowardness shall not stand in front of me, she said. Yes, leave my sight immediately, she said to him. He ran away. Soon those arrogant fools are gonna die. As I crushed their skulls under my feet, she thought to herself. She watched as a shadow came from the wall. It seems you have been enjoying yourself, Konan. Toby believe that you're starting to get a bit too comfortable here. Don't forget your true purpose. Toby can eat a dick for all I care. I'm doing what I was supposed to do. The fools are in their way to get in the trap, I presume, she said. Yes, Shizune informed me that the Hokage sent a platoon and a group of envoys. Although you haven't been given the details of a trap, I have made sure Kabuto lure Pein here. He will intercept them and most likely wipe them out for us. Wait, what? You're bringing Pein here, she said. Is this one of Toby's plans, she asked. A figure proceeded to walk in the room. It was none other than Kabuto. She looked at the man. Did Toby tell you to lure Pein here? You stupid idiot. Zetsu, you told me she would offer me protection from Pein, said Kabuto. You have served your purpose well, Kabuto, but your services are no longer required. A horrified look came on Kabuto's face. The moment he blinked, Konan was in front of him, as she stabbed him right through the throat. She sliced the blade around, taking his head clean off. Bringing Pein here was a mistake. I can handle those Konoha fools, but the Rinnegan will be some trouble. Didn't he ask you to go undercover and learn about Pein? She shot him a look. How do you know about that? I know everything that goes on. I guess I'm just that good, he said. Tell Toby to go and screw off. I am staying here until we do our takeover, she said. Very well. Would you like me to quote that to him, Zetsu said, with a smirk. I'll take care of Pein and these Konoha ninjas. You got your report. Now leave my sight, she said. She picked up Kabuto's head and placed it on a pike near to her throne, as she sat back down. A loud noise could be heard outside as Ray and Jonis rushed in the room panting. They saw the headless body on the ground. He's a liability, she said. People that fail to serve my purpose shall end up as headless as that one. You take that corpse out of my throne immediately. As the man dragged the body away. Is there some reason why you're here, she asked. The Konoha ninjas have breached a wall to the village. They're on their way as we speak, one of them said. Calm down, she said, I will deal with them. Fear is the greatest weapon of any shinobi. Don't let this pathetic attack weaken your mental fortitude. They all seemed to relax at her calm attitude, compared to her usual bloodthirsty manner. She walked over to the wall. As she pulled off a mask, it was Hanzo's breathing mask. To their surprise, she put it on. They fear Hanzo. They shall fear him in death as well. As the group bowed as she walked. As she paused, as a large group burst down the walls. rushing inside through the doors. As one man who she assumed was a leader, silver hair, and he had one Sharingan eye. Well, isn't this cute, she said. A bunch of wannabe heroes working so hard to come and meet little me. If this is all that Konoha has, I guess I might take that village next. How pathetic, she laughed. It seems the San has a death wish as well. As Sakura did not like what she was saying. We've come here to end this once and for all. Konoha is the greatest Shinobi village for a reason, and you're a fool if you presume that you can beat us. Well, you and I must be talking about a different Konoha. As if they would allow a pinkier Barbie bitch to become a Jonin. You got some nerve, you mass freak. You wench, said Sakura. Konan had a flashback of the woman in that eating diner calling her a wench as well. It was when she was with Jiraiya. What did you just call me? Her hand shot out a barrage of paper that flew directly towards Sakura. Sakura tried to move, however she was not fast enough. The others were forced to move back, as they were almost sliced by this sharp paper. Sakura was grabbed and yanked towards Konan. I would just kill you right now, however. It's far too merciful. I want you to suffer, as she started to drag the kunai across Sakura's face as she cried out in agony. Shikamaru's shadow shot forward as he caught Konan. Oh no, she said. I'm caught in a shadow imitation technique. Whatever should I do? However, her body burst into hundreds of paper, swallowing the entire room. As she reformed right behind Shikamaru, she stabbed him right in the back. As he fell over, she released Sakura's girl fell to the ground and she started to throw barrage of explosives all over the room. Most of them dodged. Some of the sand ninjas got blown to pieces. Konan looked towards her Jonins. Deal with them, she said. As the battle broke out between the two sides. As Konko rushed outside, they needed backup. Choji made a lunge for Konan, but she spun around and covered him in paper. As she wrapped him around, as he turned into a ball, however, she tightened her grip on him. As the ball started to squeeze, a lone cracking sound could be heard. She looked up to see that Mokitan and Kakashi was rummaging through her Jonins. She clenched her fist as Choji was broken down, dead, as she tossed his lifeless body to the group. As Shidori tore through the last of her Jonin, killing him. Ah, so the famous copy ninja think he has the power to stand against me, she said. Sasuke charged Shidori, however, she simply swept past the attacks. Wood came from the ground, but she flew above it. Uncle launched her snakes, but she dived around it. Sasuke produced a massive heat flame from his mouth that swallowed the top part of the layer that they were in. However, hundreds, maybe thousands of paper blasted from her sleeves and killed out the fire. Once again, she burst into paper. Sasuke spun, however. This time she came from below. Paper wrapped around his feet as she appeared. She slammed her fist across his face before she slammed a knee right in his gut. Wood style, curse binding nest, said Yamato, as a large tree wrapped around her. Mind body switch jutsu, Ino yelled. However, Ino was immediately thrown back as Konan will was just too strong. Shino attacked her with his bugs, but she flew away from them. As she sent several attacks, forced him to jump away. However, she gripped his arm and twisted behind him. A snapping sound could be heard as she kicked him away, right in the incoming path of Kakashi, forcing the Jonin to slow down. She shot paper towards Yamato as he leaped away from it. However, the ground started to light up as he jumped back. The explosion blew him back as there were paper wrapped around his face. It started to suffocate the man until he wasn't breathing. As she threw him to the ground, he wasn't dead, only unconscious though. It was just her way of showing that they were nothing. As Sasuke was pissed off. You can't defeat all of us. Quite the contrary. You're all pathetic, she said. It's so much fun to toy with you arrogant fools. Neji and Hinata launched towards the girl in a tag team assault as they tried to use their gentle fists. However, her body burst into paper and wrapped around Neji. They constrict him tightly as Hinata's eyes widened as the papers exploded, blowing Hinata out of mid-air. The smoking body of Neji collapsed down to the ground. Unfortunately, Konan said, it seems your mission will have some casualties. You have some nerve breaking into my village and trying to kill me. Those who send you are fools. None can escape my wrath. Just look at that one, she said as she pointed towards Kabuto's head. That was a pike on the wall. You killed Orochimaru's right-hand man. So that means you're not on good terms with him, Sasuke said. The snake is hiding in his hole, too afraid to face me. Soon his head shall be on my wall as well, along with all of yours. But not just you all though. I plan to change everything by going after all the Kages, and they will all kneel before me. And they will all crumble in defeat. I shall be the empress of this world, and there's nothing any of you can do that can stop me. She launched another barrage of explosive tags. Almighty. Push! Konan was forced to fly up in the air as her attacks were repelled towards her, as everything exploded. Anko froze in shock, as someone stood in front of her. She couldn't see his face from where he stood. However, the person, whoever it was radiating power like none she's ever seen before. A smile came on Konan's face under her breathing mask. Well, I never thought I would get the honor of meeting you, but it is truly an honor, Pein. Anko was shocked. This guy just saved her life. I owe you a favor. That was all he said. Anko's eyes went wide at that. No, it can't be. As the man started to stroll forward, Konan looked at the whirlpool headband. So I guess Itachi was right after all. Sasuke looked up. You know where he is, don't you? Be quiet as she reached her hand towards him. Paper slammed him into the wall rather viciously as he dropped on his hands and knees, coughing up blood. As 5 more people walked in, as they saw Zabuza, Haku, Kimimaru, Teiwaya, and Guren. I hear you've been doing some of my dirty work in the east, killing shinobis, causing mass panic. It's a shame you have to die, Konan said. And it seems you also have the stone on your side. A bit impressive. And those must be the 2 dead people following you around. However, he ignored her. I came for Kabuto, he finally said. I have no interest in you. You killed my only lead to Orochimaru. He must die. I can't have him interfere in my plans. Sasuke got up. If Orochimaru's servants are following you, then why are you trying to kill him? The sound is under my control now. Hell, the entire eastern coastline, as far as I'm concerned. Konan giggled. Orochimaru is in the hidden grass, hiding in a hole. He is the least of your troubles. I am the one taking over, and I find myself in this position where, if I let you live, you'll be more useful to me. I'll give you 2 choices: bow before me, and accept me as your master, or you die. Sakura saw a chance as he moved towards Konan to stab her right in the back. However, Konan gripped her arm and flinged her down. She hit the ground rather roughly right at Naruto's feet. As Naruto stepped over her, like she was not even there. I was thinking the same thing. However, you're the one that will be bound to me, he said. As Kakashi watched the scene, this is what happened when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Me? Bow before you, said Konan. You must be joking. Her power exploded outwards, forcing the others to step back. As Guren was being affected, all of them were, except for one, his Rinnegan eyes looking deeply into hers. He merely laughed. As he started to radiate power as well, the entire place started to shake as the both of them got pumped, their power releasing in spirals, clashing against each other with unbearable force. As he raised his hand, so did she. But guys, be and subscribe right here for the next part, and do like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off for now, see you guys soon. Peace.